RRR is going all in for the
Five,
oscaRRR.
four,
Three,
two,
Uno.
Paulie back here in the Latino Slant. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the alert button, all that good stuff, because we always have fun stuff for you guys. And in this case, you guys are being that international audience. India, I love you guys so much this year because you gave me the gift of RRR. And looks like they're going all in for Oscar nominations. This is official. And what I did for you guys is I am bringing in an actual professional film critic. She says she's not a professional. She's a professional. A professional what? I have no idea. So yes, we can't do it alone. You know her. She's been on the channel on many streams. Rosa Parra. What's happening, girl?
Hey, thank you so much for having me back on. I remember you did a video when we learned that RRR wasn't going to be India's official submission to the Academy Awards for the foreign category, and I remember telling you
it's international film now. They don't like to use the word foreign. Better watch out. They're going to cancel your ass.
Gosh. Oh, my gosh. I would not doubt that.
Anyways. But yeah, I did a video and you were like, hey, chill, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you. I mean, like, there's still a chance they can still submit the film. It just won't be eligible for that specific category. And yeah, just today I just log on to Twitter and I find out that it's official. They are submitting it and they are submitting it for the rest of the categories, including Best Picture, Best Director, Actor, Screenplay, Original Song, Score, Editing, Cinematography, everything else.
There's a lot. Set years before India's independence, RRR imagines a fictional meeting between two real-life freedom fighters who become allies in the struggle against the British Raj. When a young girl is stolen from her village, the two revolutionaries collide, encountering tigers, daring escapes, and dance-offs. I love it. This is from RRR's PR company, right? This is them.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, for your consideration in all categories. So you're part of the Hollywood Critics Association. Have you guys voted for this movie yet? Given it any awards?
We did the mid-year.
Right?
Yeah, right in the middle of the year, and I think it did earn a Best Picture nomination. Actually,
nice.
So yeah, I think that's going to be quite instrumental when it comes to the Academy voters, because a lot of our film critic voting groups or associations do have some form of influence to the Golden Globes or the Academy Awards or the Critics' Choice. Obviously, a lot of the critics that have their individual associations or groups are eventually part of the Critics' Choice, bigger platform, more visibility per se. So yeah, if the critics give it a hefty lift, I think it has a pretty good shot.
So, yeah, so people in India or international crowd, if you're wondering how the politics work, kind of what Rosa was saying is that, the critics do have a big influence, but also too, what you were saying is that Hollywood, we're talking directors, producers, whether they're famous or not, they are in love with this film. Okay, so let's go through some of these and let's scale this like, a 1 to 10 chance of getting a nomination. How about that?
Ooh, okay. Let's give it a shot.
So, all right. Best visual effects.
I think it has a pretty good chance to get into that one.
Okay, so
really good chance. I don't want to say yes, it's going to get the nomination, mark my words, but out of all the categories, I think that one is perhaps the front runner in terms of the greatest chances of getting in there, because the visuals in this film are just outstanding. I would probably go with a 9.
Okay. I'm there with you. I just don't also think that there's a lot of other competition besides maybe Top Gun and Spider-Man? Makeup and hairstyling.
Oh, makeup and hairstyling. I don't know. I want to say maybe a 3 or a 4. I know.
I think I'm with you there. I think the next couple of ones are gonna go higher just because
Right.
of the dance productions, but I would probably think like a 3 or 4. Best costume design.
Costumes, I can see costumes getting a little bit more recognition. I would probably say a 6.
I would probably say 7 because I think it all has to do with the visuals of the action sequences and the dancing sequences. There was so much involved: costume, visual, cinematography, choreography. I mean, it was insane. Production design.
Production design, oh man, and I'm because I haven't seen a lot of the movies that are getting a lot of the buzz for Academy Awards. But production, I want to say also probably a 6.
Now, cinematography.
That one, cinematography. Oh man, probably a 7.
I'm gonna go with a strong 8 because of what I stated before. And for 3 hours, it keeps us at the edge of our seats. I mean, it's such a great looking film. Best supporting actress, Alia Bhatt, and she was the girlfriend of Ramcharan, who was left back at the village.
Yeah, the acting ones, I sincerely have no hope for those categories, unfortunately. So I would probably go with a 1.
I think for Aaliyah, I just don't think that there was a scene where she really commanded that attention. I'm gonna give like a 2 or 3. Best original screenplay, and this is S.S. Rajamoul and his father, Prashad. Best original screenplay.
This is an interesting one because I'm not sure. I genuinely do not know about this category, so I would just stay neutral and say 5.
I'm gonna go a little higher, and here's why.
Okay.
I would say like a 7 or 8. It's just a great story because it mixes history, fantasy, hyper reality, and a lot of vulnerability. Best sound.
Sound. Okay, this one also looks pretty strong to me. I would probably go with the 7.
With the 7.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna go with an 8 from the roars of the animals to being in the jungle to the fights in the big scenes, and it was just popping. And guys in the chat, please comment and go through all these as well. Vote on these as well as we are. And remember, we're here with Rosa Parra. She is a Rotten Tomatoes critic.
yeah, if you just visit my Twitter account, Rosa's Reviews, I have all the info there.
Get connected, India. Get connected, international people, to Rosa Parra. She's fantastic. And thank you for your time on this. Are you having fun?
I am. This is like the first taste of what's to come in the upcoming weeks. So yes, I love this.
Film editing. Best film editing.
Film editing. Okay. So a lot has to do whether if I can feel the runtime, and a lot has to do with the editing, because of course it's stitching up all these sequences and all these scenes. And surprisingly, even though it is a lengthy film, I didn't feel the runtime as much. So I think if it does, and those fighting sequences, again, if you're invested in the entirety of the film, they must be doing something right here. So editing, I would probably also go with a 7.
Yeah, I'm there with you. For me, it's an 8. That the runtime, it's masterful what they did. It's just crazy. That what's crazy too is that the second half was better than the first half. Fantastic. Best original score.
For score, I would probably go with a 4 or a 5.
You're neutral. It's an 8 for me. It's everything you can imagine heightened reality is supposed to be, like a what if fantastical. It's bold, it's sweeping. It's best original song, Not To, Not To. Yes. I mean, give them the award right now, Rosa.
You know, this one does look pretty strong as well. So I would probably go with either. I would probably go with an 8.
So to me, this is a 10. This song has captured the globe. The Academy would be bonkers if they did not only nominate this song, but on some level have it performed. Oh
wow, can you imagine that?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You know what? And it'll be the first time I've cared about the Oscars in years. Best Supporting Actor, AJ Devgan. He played the father, Ram Charan, the rebel leader who taught his village how to arm themselves.
Since he does have some memorable scenes, I'm not gonna go with the 1 like I did with the previous one. I'd probably go with the 4 or a 5. I'm gonna stay neutral on that one.
Okay. I would probably say 6 or 7, depending on at the end of this year on the competition. And it's a beautiful performance. It's very powerful for him having just a handful of scenes. So, okay, best actors, N.T. Rama Rao Jr. and Ram Charan.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay the same. I'm gonna say a 5, just because everything I've been hearing, everything I've been seeing, the acting category, and again, I know I'm sounding very repetitive, but it seems to be very stacked. And if there's any way to recognize this film, it's going to be via another vehicle of category, not necessarily the acting one. So for this one, I'm also staying with the 5.
So here's a couple. I have a couple questions before I give my answer.
Yeah.
My thoughts. When's the last time there was a foreign language lead actor that was nominated? I know there was that French guy that won 10 years ago, The Artist.
That won or that was nominated?
Well, either one. That nominated.
I think the last one I can think about, it must have been Antonio Banderas. I don't know if that's foreign. It's a Spanish film. It's the Almodovar movie.
Sure, that counts. Yep.
Yeah,
he's all in
he
Spanish.
was nominated for Best
Great
Actor.
Film.
Yeah.
I was talking about that on the channel 2 years ago. Absolutely. That's a good example. Was Parasite, was there any acting nominations?
No acting. And that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. Parasite got director, got Best Picture, but no acting nominations.
Well, these are very different performances.
Yeah.
I would say Ram Charan has maybe at a 5 for him. NTR Jr., who plays Beam, and he's the one who gets beaten up and whipped, that gentleman. There's something so powerful and so grounded about his performance that when he has got to be that kind of hyper hero or dancing, he pulls it off. If these were to get nominated, I think it would be such a huge step forward in how we view acting performances, because these performances are very Indian.
Yeah, the Academy tends to be very attracted and driven to the dramatical performances of it all. So I think I made a very similar argument earlier a couple months ago with the Tom Cruise. I'm big on giving Tom Cruise his flowers, but they're saying a performance like that one isn't necessarily an Academy darling per se. And I get it. I understand it. I just don't think it's fair.
So talk about a diversity within. It's really stayed stale for so long that it's very rare that like an acting performance like a Tom Cruise or like these guys will break through, as they should. They totally should. These were the biggest films of the year globally. Let's go with Best Director, S.S. Rajamouli.
Okay. As of late, there has been this trend that
Mhm.
at least one foreign director always gets into the best director category.
Mm.
Um, and I would not be shocked
Mm-hmm.
if they decide to give it to this director. Just because, as I'm sitting here now, but yet again, I would probably have to sit on it a little longer. I
Uh-huh.
can't think of a foreign film that has such momentum. The
Mm-hmm.
Chinese theater screening, I think he was present. He was in attendance,
Yes.
and you need that kind of visibility to be pretty much to be seen, to be like, okay, he's at these screenings, we see you, we see what you're doing.
He's just been signed by CAA.
Uh-huh.
He's had a very successful time here in Hollywood, physically being here, being a Beyond Fest, doing a retrospective of his work that's still ongoing for the month of October, which I am going to go see Magadera, which was one of his older films. He, he so on the political end, like on the politics, he's totally their darling. He's in. So
Mhm.
I give him a 10. How about you?
Yeah. I found my train. Yay.
Yay.
So, in addition to the best visual effects, what I've been
Mhm.
reading from reviews, from fellow critics, from
Mhm.
uh, actors, directors, is a lot of positive acclaims for the direction of the movie, for its direction. And I think if we're going to recognize this film, if we're going to give it its flowers, it's going to be either through its visuals or the
Mhm.
director. So for
Mhm.
director, I know I said visuals. I think I gave it an 8 or a 9. I think director, I'm gonna put it right up there as well. I think an
Nice.
8 or a 9. Yeah.
8 or 9. Okay, last but not least, and then we'll wrap this up, everyone. Hope you're voting along with us. Best motion picture. What do you say?
I'm gonna go with a. Actually, I'm gonna go with an 8
Mhm.
because I think this is gonna be the first year that there's gonna be 10 nominees.
Mm.
So I I think if we are, quote unquote, doing inclusivity and such, I think the right thing to do is to add a foreign picture in there as well, an
Mhm.
international. I'm sorry, an
Yeah.
international film.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't selected by its country, the least we can do is add an international movie on the best picture lineup, and I would say an 8. I think it has a
Mhm.
good chance.
I'm gonna go up there. If I'm saying director versus 10, best pictures, it's a 10 because of the nominations, because of everything we've talked about.
Mhm.
It's a glorious film. There hasn't been a film like this for me since Lord of the Rings trilogy, since Gladiator. Now, what's the next step in the next couple of months,
Mhm.
Rosa? What do you think is the next thing in the next couple of months?
Well, a lot of the Academy quote unquote darlings are gonna be start to come out. They start coming out this month. They start coming out November, obviously December,
Mm-hmm.
holiday season. So we have to see how RRR holds up, if it continues with the momentum it has. Direction.
Mm.
I would say keep an eye out for the critics awards, quote unquote awards, and see if they're giving it some love, if they're also putting it in the eyes, or putting it right in front of the Academy voters, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, as long as it continues to have this momentum, I think it has a pretty good shot to at least get one nomination. It
To at
deserves it.
least get a couple. I mean, what are the, you said Blonde, between
Yeah.
now and then, other films that people are talking about that could get nominations?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Maybe they do a campaign for was it Massive Talent, Massive Weight?
I don't think that one's gonna get anything. I think
Really?
a lot. Oh, the Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
it.
I did too. It's on
Yeah,
my top 10 of the
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna get anything.
Okay.
Um,
How about something that's gonna come out?
I can say something like, obviously the Spielberg one, The Fablemans. That one's getting
That's right.
a lot of
Fablemans.
it,
Ooh.
a lot of attention there.
Okay.
So I mean, Del Toro's coming up with Pinocchio. I don't know. I think that's just going to be an animation, but hey, you may never know.
You never
Same
know.
thing. Same
It looks
thing with
incredible.
animation. It can get into other categories as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Sun's going to be coming out pretty soon. Tar, starring Kate Blanchett. That
Yeah.
one's looking
Okay.
interesting as well, getting some attention. And then I don't know. I haven't seen Amsterdam yet. It's going to be coming out soon, and I'm sure there's some that are so obvious that I'm just not thinking about them right now. But yeah, those are the ones that I can't think of at the moment.
Well, there you have it, everyone. There's kind of like laying the land. We went through a lot. All the potential categories RRR could be nominated for. Which ones do you think realistically can they grab? And Rosa, check out her reviews, and we'll have all the links in the description below. Just as far as also her giving you insight to politics, but also other films that might be there. It all depends on that competition. Rosa, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys next time. Wherever you're at, keep your slant fuerte. Paz.